Hello. This is my old trunk that belonged to Martha, and there's a reason why it's off. I got a Mazda Speed trunk and spoiler. I've been searching for just a spoiler for the longest time, and I finally found one. Had to drive 3 hours and 30 minutes. I had to drive to Connecticut to get this.
There's something missing from my bed. I'm staring at the ceiling, can't remember what I said. Let me whisper in your ear. Think back all the time about the things I never said.
All the way to Connecticut to get it. That's very far for me, but came with a couple goodies. It had these cool clear brake lights, and it has its own individual bulb in them. Then it came with one LED license plate bulb. LED, but it's only one. But that's okay, I have my own. And then something else, it came with its own wiring, but it's done kind of interesting. If you look here, there's electrical tape right there. I'm not sure what that's about. But here's mine. Mine's just perfectly fine. It still has the tabs. This one, the tabs look a little, I think they're broken. And there's tape on it too. I'm not sure what happened. What I can notice is they did cut it up. But this thing is nice. I love the Mazda Speed spoiler because it sticks out a little more. It's just very clean and simple. This thing is immaculate conditions. It's perfect. And the color is beautiful. All flaky and nice. I feel so bad painting it. I either almost want to not paint it or paint the entire car that color. But yeah, this thing is sick. I'm just gonna try to mess with the wiring to get these to work. So right now, I'm gonna try to get this off and all this. You guys cannot see anything. I'm gonna try to put a little tint. The old harness is about to come off, but before I take it out, I want to see how the brakes work. The brakes are very weird. I'm gonna try to unplug it and put it onto the other one. If these can, there you go. Okay. There were 2 prongs on this wire. I just plugged them in. Let's hope they work. They on. I just saw them through the camera. They look awesome. I'm sure they're all LEDs. And wow, they look sick. I'm so hyped. Okay, let's finish it up. Let's take this bad boy off. Now plug mine in. Boom. And then these 2 in here. OEM Plus. Now my license plate sockets or plugs, just gotta shove them in here. Shove them in and try to make them go through these holes. Ta-da! Plugs are there. Hello, next day later. My camera ended up dying, so I couldn't film what I finished. But I got the new LED lights in, and they look awesome. And now the trunk pops even better, because before it used to not really open good. Boom, look at that. It's all tucked away nice and clean. Hell yeah, look at that. I am in love with this new trunk spoiler setup. You will not be missed. Mazda Speed rear diffuser lip. This thing's in very good condition. It was just freshly resprayed, but the guy never put it on, and it has the 3M tape. Very clean. All I need to do is paint it. A couple days later, I matched it up. Well, it's hard to tell, but it's all matched up. I need to sand it real quick and paint over it. I sanded it, I cleaned it, Now, paint. Hello, couple days later. I don't know if you guys remember, but that one day it was very windy, very horrible. Things kept falling on top of this. There's a lot of imperfections. I don't know if you can see this a lot. There's a few bubbles. There's hair stuck on it. Yeah, that's literally stuck on there. We turned out pretty clean though. It's very glossy. Look at that. So I gotta sand it again and redo it, which is not too bad. I'm gonna sand what's very messed up basically, and where that one hair is. Like, look at this. Like, how did this happen? But yeah, so I'm gonna redo this, give it some love. But if you look, this thing is pretty glossy. Pretty happy with how it turned out. So sand away. Okay, I just sanded it quite a bit. I think we're now finally ready to finish painting this. Let's paint her up. Okay, I got my first layer on, and like the usual, something always has to go wrong. I don't know why, it's starting to wrinkle. That's pretty freaking wrinkled up. Great, so now I have to let it dry and sand it again. I'm not sure why this happens, but something always has to happen, and it's been like many days, maybe a week, that I've been trying to do this. It's either been too windy, raining, something.
Let me whisper in your ear. I'm sitting here alone, but I wish that you were here.
I think we're ready to sand, hopefully. Let's get to work. Sanded it down, it feels like a baby's butt, kind of. Well, ready to paint it for the third time. I got a new can just in case the other one's contaminated or something. Let's paint and pray everything goes well. Okay, so I painted a small piece just to make sure it didn't wrinkle up. Look at that. Freaking wrinkling up. So, I'm not sure what's happening. I'm just gonna wait, let it sit for a day or two, and paint it again because I don't want to paint it and the entire thing gets all wrinkled. So, I'll see you guys in a couple more days. Hello. One day later, I finally got it sanded. I started spraying it because I just want to get this done. Only one imperfection. There's a bug. It was stuck, so I just painted over it. So if you see it, oh yeah, it's part of the design. I think there's another bug too. I don't think you'll see it, but yeah, I'm just gonna leave them. They can stay on. So whatever bug flies on it, it can stay and I'll paint it. It'll be some cool, unique designs. And I'm painting it, and it is pretty glossy. You can't probably see it in video too well, but it's finally going well. It's nice and sunny. So what I did different now is I'm painting very far away from it, doing super light coats, little by little, and it's not wrinkling. It's looking good. Next video, it should be done. Next clip. Let's remove all the masking tape and all the papers. Okay, turned out pretty bad. I didn't mask it too good here. There's dust, like this overspray. A lot of dust, but that comes off. But, you know what? It's not too bad. I'm happy with it. Hell yeah. One day later, we're finally putting on that lip. I figured out how to put it on. So each tab, you put a bolt in it. And it's just a regular bolt, like a 10mm each. So it should be pretty easy. I have to drill that many holes in the bottom of the bumper. And then these little holes, we'll put a zip tie, of course. But first I'm gonna clean the rear bumper a little bit. Look how nasty it is. I got some, I'm just gonna wipe it down. So here's what I'm doing so far. I have like a little stand right here made out of like blocks of woods and stuff holding up the center of the lip. And then the end over here, I drilled a hole a while ago here to put on the mud flaps. But what I do is I put the zip tie through there, then through the other hole. It basically loops around. As you can see, I bent it so it can basically curve back up to the other hole. But now I can zip tie this piece on and then start bolting up the rest. So here's what it should look like once I tighten it.
I'm feeling like I messed up.
That looks so fire. Okay, now I gotta do the same thing to the other side. There you go. Zip tie through the other hole. I gotta tighten it and it'll be snug on there. Oh my god, here's what it's gonna look like. It looks so good. Wow, that is awesome. So after looking around, I sadly have to take the bumper off. I have to drill some holes, and it's just very hard to take it off and match where the holes are going to be in there. And if you try to drill it inside, there's just no room. So the best thing to do, remove the bumper. It's relatively easy. There's a tab in here, an 8mm bolt down there. Gotta remove the tail lights by a screw there and 2 screws. Let's just do it real quick. So right now you gotta move these trims in the back so you can get access to the rear of the tail lights. So right here, 10mm nut, and another 10mm nut right there. Take those out, and take this out. Like a typical Miata, the nut ended up getting stuck, and yeah, this broke. Great. Now the other side. Actually, I think I'm gonna blame it on my tool, because I just noticed I was tightening it, twisted it to the left. I thought this meant left, like loosey, and actually tightened it more and broke it. So I twisted it to the right, and then it started to loosen. So Pittsburgh, shame on you for that. Cause it was actually fine. I noticed that it spun very easily, so I was wondering, there's no way this could be its fault. Oh my god, that sucks. Well, it's still gonna work. I might just get a new tail light. Maybe someday. But right now, take this tab out with the screwdriver. Now the tail light should just come off. There you go. Honestly, I'm gonna try to do it with the tail light on. All it really did, it was just on top of this tab. So I just basically overlapped it with the tail light. So now I gotta do the same thing here. Hopefully the studs doesn't break. Okay, both tail lights are undone. Now I gotta take the license plate off because there's 2 Torx bits under it. Or behind it. License plate is off. Now the Torx bits are T30. And now just undo those. Okay, those are undone. Now you can start to tell that the bumper wants to come off. Now, under this wonderful fender liner, there's an 8mm bolt. See that right there? Yeah, it's right under the bumper. So undo that. It's a number 18. After quite one annoying battle, finally done. I basically had to destroy the 8mm bolts, well, the tab. So this goes in like this little plastic piece. And that plastic piece it wouldn't hold up. So I had to destroy it. This guy right in here. And we're gonna delete it. I'm gonna use something stronger and better. Grab your motherfucking flathead, shove it in there, start frying away. Man, this is such a disaster. Hate this plastic little thing. There you go. This tab piece basically stripped out or rounded out. Didn't work anymore. So we're gonna replace it with something much more convenient and better. Zip ties. Zip ties are the way to go for everything. Drift car. Take this guy out. I think I got a few scratches, but that's fine. Maybe in the bottom. Boom. Now I just gotta line it up and drill some holes in it. Okay. And now we're basically ready. So if you can see down the tabs, well, I basically still kind of need to assume where the hole is. I'm gonna just drill and hope there's a hole for the bolts to go into. Alright, let's hope. The lip has been all bolted up. There's like barely any gaps, so I'm very happy with it. Now, just gotta put it on. It'll be on right now. Boom! Bumper's on with the lip. Turned out so clean. It only took a couple weeks to do, but glad to finally have it done. Next, all I have to do is paint the trunk and the spoiler. But here's a little edit. Yeah, that'll be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Press that like and subscribe. You're awesome.